PSV Eindhoven. Let's see what happens in the next weeks on Cody Gakpo deal. But I can guarantee to you that behind the scenes, in private, in his conversations with Manchester United board, Erik Ten Hag is pushing as an obsession, of course, positive obsession, to extend Marcus Rashford contract. What happened in the last few days? Manchester United
here's the deal with Marcus Rashford. You guys have to think PSG's pushing, and last summer they actually tried to sign Marcus Rashford, right? And the other day during the World Cup, this guy Al Khelaifi acknowledged the fact they were trying and pushing for signing Marcus Rashford. Okay, it's not a something invented. It's real.
Triggered the option to extend his contract from 2023 to 2024, so Rashford is absolutely not leaving as a free agent in the summer, but Erik Ten Hag wants Marcus Rashford to sign a new long-term deal. He thinks that it's going to be really difficult for Man United to find another player like Rashford on the market, that it's a big opportunity to have a gem like Rashford into the club. He had a difficult season last year, but then Erik Ten Hag arrived, and since day one he had the conversation with Rashford. He told Rashford,
I think that Rashford is a great guy, great player, with a lot of potential, right? But to me, I've been telling you this for so long, man. Erik Ten Hag is the wrong coach for Manchester United. I might be wrong, and everything is about a long-term, a long-run bet, right, for Manchester United, man. But my opinion is quite different. I don't think coaches like Erik Ten Hag, super straight coaches, right, they are right in this kind of modern football. Even Pep Guardiola, which is probably the most similar to him, or the other way around, had to readapt, right, his thoughts about football, especially when he came up to the Premier League. I think that he had to change a bunch of things and readapt his thoughts and his mentality and all that stuff to this kind of football. It's a very different story. So Erik Ten Hag is still on that time, on that place, right, trying to become the super coach, right? And to me, the way he manages to Manchester United is not quite accurate. Not because he's a bad coach, it's just because the way he thinks. And Manchester United is not Ajax, man. It's a very different story in terms of marketing, in terms of football, in terms of everything, right? So I don't think Ten Hag is placing the most accurate tactics or plan for Manchester United. And Rashford is a great player, and of course I agree with Erik Ten Hag trying to keep him on the squad, but he will have to change a bunch of things, a bunch of other things, because if you had the best player in history, which was Cristiano Ronaldo, and you weren't able to make him a part of the project when he was arguably still one of the best players in the world, I don't think it was the fault of Cristiano Ronaldo. It's probably your fault. You're not able to readapt or reinvent this guy to your necessities, right? For example, think about Zinedine Zidane or Carlo Ancelotti utilizing players like Kroos, Modric, Benzema. These guys and their age might be a problem for people like Erik Ten Hag, right? It was not a problem at all neither for Zidane nor for Ancelotti. And actually, Benzema, Modric, and Toni Kroos are still being the most, or some of the most important players in Real Madrid, because they were able, they figured out how to fit these guys in the modern football, right, with their age, and how to readapt them to new and young players coming in. So, if you're a great coach, you know how to manage this, right? But to me, Erik Ten Hag is not ready for that. Is not ready to assign and adjust players like Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's why he's gone. That's why he's gone. It's not that Cristiano Ronaldo performances were not being like kind of good or something like that. No, it's not just that. His performances were still great, or maybe not as great as 10 years ago or 5 years ago, but still valuable for the team, not only in terms of football, right, but in terms of teaching young people and walk young people through and things like that. I mean, a player in his age is still valuable for so many aspects and things that is not just football. It's other things, right? But Erik Ten Hag just took the shortcut and he said, okay, that's it. Just go whatever you want. And Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, with his character and behavior, didn't help. But Erik Ten Hag, in my opinion, was the responsible for it.
How important he was in his project for Man United. So Erik Ten Hag considers Rashford the top player for present and future, and he doesn't want Manchester United to miss on this contract extension. He knows how important it is to keep the player, how important it is to have a long-term contract, because 2024 means no problem for the summer, but potential problem in 1 year. And so this is why Man United will have conversations with the agents of Rashford, will offer him a new long-term contract, but Erik Ten Hag is really pushing a lot. He knows how it's important for Man United to keep Rashford, because many top clubs around Europe know about his contract situation. They know that he could be a big free agent in summer 2024, and so Ten Hag is pushing a lot. He considers really important to have Marcus Rashford committed on a new long-term.
I mean, to me, man, it's like Manchester United need a bunch of things, and it's not only Marcus Rashford to stay or Cody Gakpo to sign in or something like that. I mean, everything starts off from the coach, right? If the coach is not the right one, my opinion, man, it's gonna be like, yeah, you need another person, or you need the same coach, but thinking in a different way. And the Premier League is not Ajax, it's not the Netherlands, it's not that kind of mentality, right? The Premier League is a very different animal. When it comes to players, when it comes to football, when it comes to spectacle, when it comes to all that stuff, it's a very different world. And you have to adapt to that world. I actually, from being from Spain, it's a very different story to Spain, for example. But that's why I really envy the Premier League. I really love the Premier League. I enjoy watching the Premier League games and matches and stuff, Manchester City, United, and all the stuff. I really love it because the way they play, it's beautiful. It's pure spectacle. It's the opposite to the Spanish La Liga, right? So for Erik Ten Hag, he has to go the same process. He has to go through same thing, the adaptation process, the type of like, I have to adapt to the new league, the new country, and the new mentality, right, to get this through. And my opinion is he's not at that point right now. He's trying to bring over his Netherlands mentality, Ajax mentality to the Manchester United project. And it's not quite the same. It's actually different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, my man, but if he doesn't change his mind, it's got to be a problem for Manchester United, and it's got to be the same than, you know, the previous, the former coaches like, how was the guy, Ragnick or whatever the name was, and Mourinho and Van Gaal and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, same thing. If they don't readapt their mind to the Premier League, to me, the only one who probably more understood what the Premier League is, it was Mourinho, because he already had coached to other teams like Chelsea, for example, right? It wasn't the first time for him in the Premier League, right? And Tottenham then, right after Manchester, but other than him, nobody was really prepared for this kind of mentality, man. And the Premier League is just a business. It's a business. That's why the Glazer family took over, because it's a business. It's a very different mentality to Ajax. It's a very different mentality to Real Madrid, for example. It's the socios. It's the partnership. It's not a business. Or FC Barcelona is the same thing. So the mentality is different. It's not like the kind of business you are going to put your money in and you are going to get some revenue or profit or whatever. It's not just that. So I don't know if that is going to work. I'm not pretty sure about that.
Deal with Manchester United. So this is a really important one. There will be conversations between Rashford and Man United on new contract, but for Erik Ten Hag, this is top priority. It's like a new signing. And last summer, when PSG approached people close to Marcus Rashford, Erik Ten Hag was really clear with Man United board. It's not about the replacement. Marcus Rashford has to stay here at Man United. He has to be one of the faces of the project. So Ten Hag is pushing on this one. He's also pushing for Diogo Dalot to sign a new long-term contract. Same situation, he extended the contract for 1 more year. But Ten Hag wants Dalot on long-term contract staying at Manchester United, so there will be...
Yeah, he just really wanted to keep the most of the players, right? He didn't want to keep the Cristiano Ronaldo. He probably wanted to get rid of him, which was a very good thing for him. And now he really wants to keep the same squad, right? I mean, the only good thing, the only good news is the longer the same players play together, the better. And that is very true. And that's what I'm seeing, for example, in Real Madrid. One of the secrets of Real Madrid right now, why we are winning Ligas and even the Champions and all this stuff, and without having any kind of big star or big name or something, it is because the foundation of Real Madrid is the same players. Modric, Toni Kroos, Carvajal, Courtois, Benzema. And, you know, when they know each other very well, when they play together all the time, they really know each other really, really good. They're able to go through every single thing. So that is a good point from Erik Ten Hag. So if he's able to keep them all, it's going to be good for Manchester United. But as long as he readjusts a little bit his tactical thoughts or whatever, I think that it's gonna be good. It should be good.
Conversations also with the Portuguese right back, really appreciated by the manager. And then, guys, let's see what happens with the goalkeepers situation. This is going to be a more slow one because there are conversations ongoing with David De Gea. The contract has not been extended. Why? Because Manchester United hope to find an agreement with De Gea on different kind of salary. So longer contract, but with different salary, and not to commit on same kind of salary he has right now. So there are conversations ongoing. Let's see if Man United and De Gea will find an agreement on a new deal, but also true that Man United have...
De Gea will end his career in Manchester United. I'm pretty sure of that. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, that is the projection for Manchester United second half of the season. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how Erik Ten Hag is able to get through this situation and the exit from Cristiano Ronaldo, the reaction, and see if Manchester United can become the team they used to be. And well, let's see. I mean, there's only 6 months ahead, and let's see the reaction of Manchester United. To me, Manchester City right now are the favorite ones for everything, and let's see how the plan of Erik Ten Hag is going to work. I'm not quite sure about it, but let's see.